You know, there was a time in my life where I found storms really comforting, cozy even. Sitting inside by the window, listening to the rain tap a beautiful melody that soothed me, serenaded me, slowed me down enough to sigh and say, peace is right here. I found storms comforting until I found myself in one. Found myself suffocated by the winds that took the breath I'd been given as its own. Found myself barricaded by thunder that echoed a siren blaring, "You do not matter," saying you cannot do this, saying that you will not make it. And before I knew it, I mimicked the clouds' discontent with the weight of the internal flood inside of me, and the outpour from my very own eyes began to fill the earth around me. And in my desperation, in my weariness in the midst of this storm, all I could muster up the strength to ask was, is it possible for me to make it to the other side? Is it possible that I can make it to the other side of this storm that I'm in? The other side of my desperate desire to belong without having to behave as a slave to a standard, without having to perform, without having to conform, without having to reform the right to stand as fearfully and wonderfully made? Is it possible that I can make it to the other side? The other side of this doubt-filled dilemma of daring to dream beyond generational shackles, to step into the promised land that my ancestors strained for years to see, to mend the silenced brokenness of a family unit that was conditioned to keep going even when the blood of their wounds kept flowing. To rest in knowing that holiness is also found in knowing when to step away. Is it possible that I could make it to the other side of this storm? The other side of an appetite to consume the contents of what lies in my tomb, an appetite that says that we must fill in order to feed. That I must fill my heart with sex and lustful images and drugs and alcohol to feel worthy, that I must fill my hands with the busyness of job to job and opportunity to opportunity and person to person to feel a sense of importance and grandiose. Fill my head with the lies that I'm not doing enough, that I'm too much, that I'll never be loved, that I'll never amount to much. We are overflowing with a type of numbness that looks aesthetic, but friends, it's just anesthesia. To be on this side of the storm is uncertain, and it's exhausting, and it's lonely. And chances are, if you're in this room, you may be in a storm right now. Maybe you're not there yet, but we all will be. But here's the good news I have. Perhaps the biggest lie of all that we tend to believe in the storm is that we're in this storm alone. In case you needed to hear it today, the storm will not wipe you out. Let me say it again in case you didn't hear me. The storm will not wipe you out. How do I know that? Because I know that it feels like this journey will end in darkness, but let me go ahead and remind you that you've actually been gifted light by the sun. I know that the thunders roll and that the waves crash, and hey, you might even be crashing out right now, but the cross covers you. I know that you're doubting and you're drowning and you're desperate, but there is a Savior on the sea who stands firm in the storm, who says, take courage, I'm here. So, back to my question. Is it possible that we can make it to the other side? My simple answer is yes. Why? Because with Christ, all things are possible.